And welcome back to the show that talked about pineapples on pizza last week, and we actually took a poll on it, amongst other things. Live from the Hall of Justice, this is the John Lynch hard-hitting number 47th edition of The Other Side of the Ball. Hi, my name is Hal Jordan. I'm from the Hall of Justice. No, I'm kidding. Double A Anthony Alvarez here with you, and we're whole once again. We're whole. The whole panel's back. I'm highly excited. Anyhow,
we couldn't tell.
That's the most emotion I've ever seen out of Dub.
Yeah. That is a damn lie.
No, that laughing last week was
Yeah.
It was pretty heavy.
Like, and I don't smile, but you will say stupid stuff like that. You will get me to laugh like that.
Facts. I spit facts.
You also spitting buttholes. Just saying.
Here we go again.
Less than 10 minutes in, I can't even put this on YouTube.
Going around the
I know the guidelines.
God.
We're not showing it, just saying it.
God. Jesus. Going around the panel, the voice of Ace of Nevada back in the saddle again, Casey Cox in the house.
What's up?
Of course, from the Rainbow Bridge of Asgard with the booming heavens roar, you'll behold in breathless wonder. He is the mighty Viking, Scott McCorkle.
You had to go there.
You had.
Hey, wait. Go ahead. Okay, we're good.
It's easier.
Just practice.
And joining me in the Hall of Justice from the Fortress of Solitude, the godfather of Krypton, Kal-El Sr., Chris Vera.
What's up, y'all?
But also, he's back after being on assignment. He's been watching us, and he's been giving us his 2 cents, but the proud championship owner of the Nevada/Los Angeles division, and my friend, Derek Duncan, is back in the house.
The champ is here.
Yes, it's about time you were back.
Now, before we
Can't drop the table.
get into God knows what else is going to happen on this show, now it is only fitting, and it is only right, because last week we gave the Viking his time to decompress. It is only fair, and it is only right that Mr. Duncan gets his time to give his thoughts. But before we do that, Quan, if you could please roll the footage.
Ooh, footage. What kind of footage?
It's hot in Bullhead, baby. It's 10,000 degrees out here, dog. It's hot in Bullhead. It's 10,000 degrees out here. Money on the wood, baby. Money on the wood.
76 and a half.
And with 5:15 left to go, 32-20 your score.
Ooh.
The toss.
Uh-oh.
That's Keese.
Ooh.
Quincy Barnes has rectified the situation. He is going to try to go all the way from sides out of bounds at the 23.
And here come the Insomniac fans. Listen, they're up. We have done nothing but slander Q at quarterback, but he has been the best special teams player in this game and maybe makes the inspirational play this Insomniacs team needed.
The snap by Bagway, the crowd on its feet, the crowd roaring inside the field house. Again! With his second straight interception!
He's just playing the wrong position.
The best football game I've ever seen in my entire life, and I actually got to be a part of it and affect the transition, affect the end, affect the outcome, and be involved from start to finish. And to be a part of something that was so special means the world to me. It means that everything that we, Blaze, have been doing, the culmination of that was today, and what's going to be the foundation of how we launch for the future. This meant everything. Whether we won or lost, this meant everything. The fact that we won, now the league is on notice. That's less important to me right now than making sure that the foundation is set for the A7NFL to have a launching pad to be special. And we proved today that this brand of football is probably the most entertaining brand of football you could ever have. I mean, I keep saying we're the UFC of football because that's how much more entertaining I think our brand of football is than some of the other tackle football leagues. That's just where I'm at with this thing.
Now, before I give you the floor, I talked to Nick on Tuesday asking to do this, and the last two pictures was something that was my idea. Of course, Blaze being Blaze, put this together. And I said this on the day the Insomniacs were here, but I'm going to say now that you're here in person, if there's anybody that deserves to be a championship owner, my friend, it is you. Because you are so giving of yourself. You are so selfless. What you do for these players, what you do for this league, and also giving me a job, which I thank you for. I'm grateful. If anybody deserves to have their flowers right now, it is you. The floor is yours.
Hey, real quick, I don't want to interrupt too much. I want to say, D, thank you. Yeah, I know, I did. Thank you for everything you've done, but I was so serious, and I don't want to eat up too much time, but I'm just curious on one thing, and it's bugging me. Quan, are you ordering pizza again?
Not today.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I did take a poll on my Facebook, and it was about 95% yes.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, go ahead, D. Sorry.
Bunch of hipsters.
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut in like that.
No, I'm glad you kept it light because Quan took a poll on Facebook.
We got warped.
And he did not put it on Vegas Hype. So anyway, so thank you guys for the accolades and for the fellowship and camaraderie throughout the season. You know, I will say selfishly, I do this for me because I love every single bit of what we do, even the drama that pops up from time to time. I just want to be clear. I did not hear what I said in that clip when I got interviewed after the game while I was high as hell on adrenaline and whatever natural dopamine comes out of my head. I don't even know what I said in that moment. And I couldn't hear it on the playback, and you guys clapped. I'm like, uh-oh. what did I commit to? I don't remember at this point. So
$1 million each, right?
But no, man, that weekend was everything. The highs, the lows, everything that was scary that we weren't sure was going to go down right. The way our team came together across the board, filled in every single hole, just stayed liquid, stayed fluid, made everything work out well. We had overages at houses. People didn't have places to stay, and we were able to pull stuff together last minute. People coming in from out of town we didn't know were coming, people going and picking them up. Just doing every single thing under the sun to make sure everyone who was there was treated properly and every person who was working had the right platform to do their job well. The thing came off on TV better than I could have ever anticipated. Bullhead City Anderson Auto Group Arena was the best host we ever could have dreamed of. Everything on TV looked perfect. I can't think of one single thing on our side that didn't go off exactly the way we wanted it to. And because of that, I'm pretty sure we sold this damn thing. And we are going to get paid as a league and get our players paid as men for the effort they're putting in. It may not happen for this fall, but I am, let's say 95% sure by spring, there'll be at least not registration fees, and we'll be able to take care of people and make sure they have insurance. But I want to see everybody paid, and that is my ultimate goal. And I think I put enough stuff in place with that weekend and how we're going to sell the reality TV show. We got our man here on the couch about to break it down too. I'll let Dub do his introduction, so I don't steal his thunder.
No,
But-
you have all the right to introduce him, sir. Go ahead.
This is all yours, Derek. You built all of this.
Right, well, like,
All of it.
but
all of it.
Brick
all the
by
people.
brick.
No, like for real. Like all the people, all the opportunities you've handed out. Like you've done all of this. Ain't none of it possible without you. So like you do what the fuck you want to. So
You made it.
if anybody say something to you, they gotta say something to me too. So fuck them.
Uh-oh.
Look.
Stormbreaker and Million are about to bust out in a real hot second.
Man, look, it is what it is.
Well, so, and thank you for that. But you guys know how I am and what I'm about. If everybody's not winning, it's not worth me doing it. So, yes, I'll take the accolades. I put it together. I'll take the credit for that. But it's everybody doing their job and me trusting everybody to do their job and me giving the opportunity for everybody to do their job and empowering everybody to take the part that's theirs and do their best at it and then coach them up on that side versus me trying to do it for everybody. That's the reason why we're successful, because we've been doing that since the start of this thing, and clearly it's paying off, man. We've got a podcast crew, broadcast crew, division manager, producer that I'll put up against anybody for any show that I see on any network. Like we have developed ourselves into something that is special. We know more about our brand than anyone else in the country, and our brand is going to be something special after what we all put together, and that's where I'm at. So thank you to everybody who's been involved, the players, the coaches, the Insomniacs, especially for defying all my odds and making every single prediction I made wrong until the championship game, which I predicted that they would win by 4. So who was wrong? Me for getting y'all motivated, or me for saying the wrong side? Anyway,
crazy that you called it.
And special thanks to my wife for allowing all of this to happen. Number one, but number two, the like when she gets around you guys, she gets absolutely energized and takes this thing on because it's ours, but she takes it on like it's hers and really, really works harder than even me at making sure everybody's taken care of, especially me. And I can't say enough about what that woman means to me and what that weekend meant for us. So thank you, everybody.
Well, I must say, I was one of the first that had to have the first dinner with the newly crowned championship owner.
Oh yeah,
at Roadhouse 95, and it was myself, Steve, a few ladies, of course, Mrs. Jen. Shout out to Miss Jen, and Mr. Ojeda. And Derek was late arriving because he was still doing some things at the field house. But once he arrived, us at the table gave him a nice ovation, and Derek, being Derek, just soaked it all in, which rightfully so, because the fruits of your labor have paid off, my friend. So thank you for everything, pretty much. Okay.
You're welcome, and thank you all.
Good night.
Can we stop sucking each other's dicks?
Don't get Scotty excited.
Don't get that wheel turning.
Oh, here we go.
Don't get that wheel turning.
Well, now we know whose butt Scotty spit in.
Hey, look,
I'm just saying.
Whatever gets me paid.
Speaking of that, OnlyFans.com. We're going to get that shit down, Scott.
Hey,
Damn, and he had to say shit.
OnlyFans.com, redder the better. I mean,
Redder the
Do you really have that set up? Say yes.
Yeah.
Or say yes or say less.
I'm in the process of getting it validated. They have a hard time validating my shit because I post such crazy shit on social media, and that's how they validate your account hypothetically. That's how they do that.
Wait,
Because
what
my
did I
social
miss?
media is always so wild, and it's always like I'm always in jail or whatever. It's hard
Only
to get the
thing I heard
validation.
was OnlyFans.
Well, I heard they were OnlyFans, and then I heard them saying the only way they validate your shit, and I'm like,
It's through social
spit in your butt?
media, Yeah. Well, no, I mean, if that was the validation, I'd be done.
Oh, okay. My
Like
bad.
if that was the validation, I'd be done.
My bad.
But
Sorry.
that's a different conversation.
So y'all wild.
What happened was
So this is what y'all do on Fridays.
No.
regular
That's
Wednesday.
what we go. Yeah,
this
regular
is
Wednesday, man.
this
This
is
is nothing new.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Viking Scott McCorkle.
How you doing?
Anyhow, we are actually going to talk about football because this is actually a football show, but sometimes we can go a little bit off the rail and try to
Rails. What?
Look,
rails.
I don't know if you had it in your plans, but I need you to please ask me about the game because we did not get into my breakdown of the game.
Okay.
Ever. You don't have to do it right now, but sometime tonight. I want to make sure we get into it.
No, because this is about you getting your flowers. So put on your Charles Davis, John Madden, whatever analyst cap you want to use, and give us your thoughts on what you saw on the field that day on July the 23rd.
Well, in the second quarter. Oh, sorry. No, not John Madden
Media
impression.
voice.
Just
Well, John, tell me what you saw here on the translator.
thank you, Lurker Pot. No, so from an X's and O's standpoint, I was shocked at what the Nightcrawlers brought to the table. I did not think once I saw them do what they did 4 series in a row that we were going to have a fix for it on defense. But then I started thinking about the way that they were running RTC and how they kept going back to the well and kept going back to the well. And then I started noticing that they kept running to Bagway's side, and Bagway was not coming out of the game. He was playing D, and then every time there was a shot ticking, it was always to Davik on Bagway's side, making sure that man finally got to the point where he could start getting tired, lose focus, and start making mistakes. And he wasn't the one who made the first mistake. So I don't know what they were doing to Keese, where he decided to try to pitch the ball over the top of another player while he was going across the other side of the field. Crazy. Lost focus, obviously. Q takes advantage. Bagway drops back, very next play, lost focus, Q takes advantage. It was not that the Nightcrawlers gave that game up. The Insomniacs executed a game plan to wear those dudes down and took it from them. But the most formidable foe that you ever could have had. And to take it a step further, because of how much they ran the ball at them and how exhausted they were, Logo could not step into that last throw and get it as deep as he needed to. And Donye standing right there to the point where the receiver just gave up on the ball. Like there's no way I'm getting to that. This game is
there
over.
Wasn't, yeah. But that, oh my God.
Man, I'm telling you, game plan executed flawlessly. The one criticism I had for the Insomniacs during that game is they didn't go to play action early enough in the game.
And oh my God, he was on the sideline just, I don't know why they do a play action pass. Do a play action pass. And then
or misdirection, a counter.
Yeah. And then like 2 plays later, he finds Davik over the top, and he's like, see? That was funny, though, by the way. But then I think it was the fumble that AJ recovered. And here's, Derek on the sideline doing his little dance.
Derek was doing all kinds of. Derek was doing and saying all kinds
just happened to
of
catch.
wildness. It was amazing.
Look, I saw Bagway dance, and I know what it means to the league and how we've criticized him every time he dances. So when I saw us regaining momentum, I looked up at the booth and I was like, "You saw that, right? You saw that, right?" And then after the second interception, I was giving him the old Hulk Hogan up the big Rob.
He had the crowd hot.
Oh yeah,
he had the crowd hot. I'll give it to man. I'll give them their flowers any day of the week, man. The way they played, the way they showed up and entertained, like that. The way they just showed up all over was wild. And Bagway with. I don't know what our attendance was, but with all those people in that stadium screaming in his face, didn't flinch, didn't back down, didn't nothing. He embraced every second of it.
That dude can play for
hats off.
anytime.
He can play football, like outright play football, but Logo Davis might be the best football player I've ever seen in my life.
Facts.
Straight up, without any no bullshit, and not even trying to kiss nobody's ass because barely got a handshake at the end of the championship game after they beat us in the flag game. So, but no, bro, professional, that man is so incredibly athletic. It is insane.
Yeah.
Baiting people, he would tell mid-route, telling people, "Oh wait, watch, don't let him throw it," and giving people 4 yards. Giving people 4 yards and 2 strides, he's making up 4 or 5 yards. It was incredible. He made a one-handed pick on the sidelines.
Right.
They called what?
No, but but that's the thing. He naturally catches the ball with one hand, which is insane.
That's what they do.
He's
seriously, they practice catching the ball with one hand.
They do the Chris Carter. It's insane.
Look, man, you guys could talk about that almost one-handed interception. I wasn't worried about the one-handed interception. What I was worried about was him landing on his damn head. I was in the end zone, watched that man land, and he was unconscious the minute he hit the ground.
That's unfortunate. I hope he's doing better than. Because I didn't see that part. I was so amazed.
He was
at
unconscious
the catch.
for at least 2 minutes.
I was so amazed at the catch. Unfortunately, I didn't see that part. But I just started turning around and looking for other people to acknowledge what the fuck he had just done athletically.
Man,
look, that dude is Derrick Henry with an arm. And then you had Bagway, who was what's the quarterback for the Ravens?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. Yeah.
So imagine a backfield with Lamar Jackson and King Henry. And that's what the Insomniacs had to take on and did successfully and won that game.
And made the adjustments, man. That's the best part I think I saw about it. Them being down, them facing the adversity. We had never seen that. And we questioned it how are they going to respond to this? And we're looking at each other. Me and Derek gave each other a couple of looks let's see. Let's see, and that was the most stressful game to watch as a just being invested in the league and having love from my friends and being invested as far as I fully embrace the Vegas versus everybody mentality for real. But being just an A7FL fan, that was a stressful game to watch. Even if you didn't have nobody to root for, it was stressful because it seemed like they were in control, but it seemed like they had answers. They couldn't just figure it out. back and forth, like they would figure out something that works, and then they would turn around, find an answer for it, and then they would go. You would see them mentally go through the progression, and like to watch them bounce back. To see AJ going through it on the sidelines, like I'm sorry if I'm putting you out there like that, like going through it frustrated. Like, and that's something I love to see. This is why I chose to come play with you, AJ. Like, I am playing for the Insomniacs, but I came to play with AJ. I came to play with Mac. Those are the two, like, I really came to play with. I got a lot of love for everybody else, but the way he came off the sidelines, focused, asking questions, what can I do better? I can't get to him. What am I doing? And he was upset with himself not being able to do it. And you finally see that his pursuit, his relentlessness, and that fucking motor is what turned shit around, because that forced the mistakes. Right. You don't have to make, like, that's what I'm trying to preach to these DNs and these and like these different players. You don't have to make an impact as far as a tackle, a sack, or whatever. You don't have to make a stat to make a fucking impact. The pressure and the fucking motor makes plays. You may not make that play, but you got to take that win. And that's what they did, and that's what they showed late in the fucking game. They sold out for each other. That's why Q got those picks, staying home and selling out for his team. He might be out of the play for that entire play, but he risked it, and it fucking it all fell into place. And that's what I love about this fucking game. My bad.
And let me call back real quick. I talked about our team and how great of analysis we do. About 2 weeks before, when we were doing our predictions, we talked about what it would take for the Insomniacs to win. And we talked about Henderson, and specifically that if he ever got hit by RTC and he hung his head, that was the Insomniacs' chance to win. And if you remember about the third quarter, RTC just ran into him, rolled him over, bounced him back, and he looked back at him and went, like, what just happened to me? And the game had changed from that point forward. And I don't know if it was Viking or Chris that pointed that out the 2 weeks prior, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, there it is. Mm-hmm. There it is.
I think both of us did.
Yeah.
Actually.
We both probably like simultaneous thoughts.
And Derek, I just typed it up as the irresistible force against the immovable object. That's all I did.
And Derek, I don't want to correct you, but King Henry was RTC. I'm just saying.
Also, but we were talking about logo, man. I mean, his game is Derrick Henry with an arm.
Okay.
And the same dreads. Like, you could probably stick him in a Titans uniform and no one will know the difference until he goes in at quarterback.
Well, except Derrick Henry's about 5 inches taller than Logo.
I don't think so.
Derrick Henry's a tall guy.
He's 6'3".
6'3"?
Yes.
What's Logo, 6'2"?
Logo's shorter than I am.
6'1", maybe?
No, he's shorter than I am.
5'9"?
He's got to be about, I would say he's 5'11", 5'10".
I thought he was my height.
No.
Still, he'd be wearing a helmet. We'll give him some lifts. How about that, Chris? Well, you're focusing on the wrong part of the story.
Right.
You could give him some extra long cleats. He'd be good.
The contact that you could hear in that game.
Unreal.
I don't know if it translates. I don't know, Derek. What do we have to do to get the thing?
Not curse.
Pointed at. That's never mind.
Hate to point out the obvious, but
like if you could hear the contact, not just between and RTC and Henderson, like you could crunches,
feel the contact.
You could. There was like a boom that came off of those contacts, and we're talking on fake plays. Them just meeting in the hole on fake dives, play actions. You could hear the crunches. Like it, yeah. I mean, look, if that's the gayest thing I said today, man, we would all be rich.
On that note, look, we're gonna try out a new segment here now.
I'm saying this,
save the show. Save the show.
Let's get us back on track.
The contact was there, and for the things that the refs did miss, I will say they let them boys hit.
Don't let me forget to come back to the refs because that's something I want to talk about after we get into Dub's segment.
Well, it's not my segment, but anyhow, I'm about to show my age now. But for those of you that are watching football back in the 80s, be it CBS, ABC, NBC, or ESPN, there was a segment brought to you by IPM that said, "You make the call." What that means is they would play a clip and they would say, "You make the call." They would take a 30-second commercial and be like, "Well, if you chose this play, you made the right call." Well, we're going to try to do something like that, but it's called, "Was That the Right Call?" So, Quan, if you may, please cue up video number 1.
The sideline. Shout out to our field ops team for setting that up for us today in Bullhead City. The snap by Bagway.
Bagway
in trouble, caught off the hands of Keith.
Oh, flag on that play. Come on now, fellas. But the sportsmanship is awesome. I love
great sportsmanship there. Mistimed. Was trying to get him.
Yeah, Trey Robinson came down
I think
for the
Munchie,
hit.
who was the one who made
Was it
the
Munchie?
hit.
Oh, I thought it was
Munchie, number
Trey.
11, who was the one who made the hit.
After the play is
couldn't
over.
even believe
Dead
that
ball.
Miami
Personal
Keith didn't
foul.
catch it.
Defense
It was a
number
drop.
2.
But
15-yard
it ends up
penalty.
working in their
First down.
favor because
Yeah, the ref was right. He said this. Said first down.
No, that was not the right call. That was
That was not the right. That wasn't the question.
No,
Let's
let's
know the guy did not
debate
catch the ball.
Hell no.
Yeah, he I don't know.
Well, what's
And-
what,
and I
hold
thought-
on. What's the question?
Was that the right call?
Hell no.
No. Absolutely not.
Passion.
Absolutely
I
not.
was mad.
Can I be honest?
Go ahead, Chris.
Yes, it was the right call.
Okay, and why do you say it was the right call?
Why do I say?
Yes.
It's simple. Yeah, he called him for what was it? Not roughing. He called him for unnecessary roughness.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the right call. The ball was been dropped and was rolling in front of him. So most referees, I'm not going to sit here and tell you they're going to give you a step and a half.
Play that back.
But
that back.
if you
Yeah,
watch it,
no.
the ball's rolling in front of him before
Play
he
that
hits
back.
him. Good. Play it back.
One more time.
This one
It was
was
baby
Field
Will
ops
Franklin
team
wearing a
for
Superman
setting
shirt
that
over
up
there.
for us today.
yeah.
Snap by Bagwell.
I know.
Keith's outside
Bagwell.
in.
Baby is
Absolutely not.
Will Franklin is a
1, 2,
Superman.
3.
Thank you very much. So you want to see that again?
The
Go
ball
ahead.
was rolling behind him.
No, it's rolling in front of him.
Look, watch.
With the way he's faced, it's rolling in front of him. That is, I hate to say it,
How's he
as
supposed
much
know
as
he
you
didn't
want to
catch
say.
it?
No, as much as you want to say.
don't
1, 2,
know.
3, hits him. 3
No,
steps.
that's-
So yes, hate to say it, but yes,
I say
correct call.
if he's calling that because of the way he was hit
No.
and how far away from the sideline he was, yes, but because of that hit, no, absolutely
Yes.
not the right call.
100% the right call.
Absolutely not.
I would say that 100 times out of 100 times in the NFL, if you miss the pass and the ball's rolling on the ground in front of you and you're standing up as a receiver and then somebody hits you, hate to say it, man.
The receiver looked like he was
He
turning
was
with
still
the ball
bending
to go
down.
upfield.
He was still bending down when he got hit.
Play it again. You'll see him start to stand up. You'll see him almost come to a stop and stand up.
He was still bending down when he got hit.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
All right. So I guess it's open to interpretation, but from that standpoint, yes. As he's getting hit, he's standing back up. Hate to say it, it is unnecessary roughness.
He didn't even have time to finish breaking
Yeah, no.
down.
Exactly.
But you say that.
It's unnecessary roughness.
All right. Well,
Well, Derek, why do you
listen,
strongly
I
disagree?
agree with the referees.
You know, in all honesty, if it would have been contact to the head like we could do with helmets, they would have called him for launching because he left the ground to make the hit.
You mean targeting?
He launched his body, yes, targeting. Thank
Same
you.
thing.
He left his feet to hit him, and that is targeting.
And I said that's why I said if it was illegal hit was the call, then yes, that's the right call because you can only hit like that when they're near the sideline, and he wasn't close enough to the sideline in my eyes for that hit.
It was a
but with
wrap.
that being a late hit, no, absolutely not
So
the
he
right
definitely
call.
wrapped him up. So I'm not sure what the sideline commentary is
So
about.
is there the one where it is pretty much the same play coming up?
Quan, if you could please play video number 2.
And here's the no call.
On the line, RTC set up to the left of Scooter Hamilton.
was
Hamilton
offsides.
will find his way out and blast himself to the 35. That play's whistled dead, but Scooter Hamilton setting the tone. Whether
What's
they get
going
moved back or
on?
not, that's a huge play.
The result of the play means nothing because it was whistled dead. But when Scooter kept running and had guys bouncing off of him, you saw the Insomniacs light up. You saw Scooter's face light up. And it just shows you the
My bad, you good, you good,
contrasting
my bad.
styles of this game.
For the snap, offside, defense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Offsides on the defense, so that's 5 yards back. And right now, the pressure might be getting to Tampa just a little too much.
That's a nimble man in that pocket getting away. We've
Dang,
seen
look
Mark
at the chokehold.
Bagway do that for a long time. We haven't seen Scooter do that yet.
So what's the question here?
So I see a personal foul with a late hit. With a hit in the middle of the field where a guy didn't wrap up, and they let the play. They should have let the play go and didn't, and threw the flag instead of giving Insomniacs the first down.
Now, here's my question. Did anybody at all hear a whistle once the defender jumped?
Exactly. There was no whistle.
Okay.
Which meant that what they should have done
Was let it
was
go.
it was the offsides, and they should have had the personal foul for the not even trying to wrap with the lowering the shoulder. That should have been called, because if it was blown dead, what happens after that? Inconsequential, doesn't matter. But I didn't hear a whistle. If there's no whistle and you're letting the play continue, then you're throwing the penalty flag on both.
So they should have gave the Are you saying they should have gave the Insomniacs the Aaron Rodgers free play? Sorry, Derek.
Yes.
Yeah, they give him the free play, but at the same time, then it's 15 yards for personal foul.
I don't disagree with that. It's
plain and simple.
You're very quiet. What's going on here?
Man, I don't know. That
You scare me when you're quiet.
Well, I'm usually thinking, and
Okay,
if it's not dirty, it takes me a while to actually come up with something.
Go ahead and process.
He's got to clean it up.
No, well, because as a defensive player, man, I like to. It's hard for me to say like, okay, like I want to see like a no wrap up called. You know what I mean? Like, but that's what happened. Like it, I think that it should have been blown dead once they realized like either you're gonna let it go or you're gonna blow it dead. But you can't fault the guy for going through an attempted tackle on him.
There should have been 17 whistles blown.
Everybody should have.
Like, should have been tweet. Like, the play's dead, guys. Stop
Hold
moving.
on. Will just says Scooter initiated the contact when the play is dead. No, the play was not blown dead. Like I just said to him, no whistle.
And
There's
Scooter
no
didn't
whistle.
initiate the contact. The defender bent down and hit him.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter at that point in time, because if the play is dead, how come we didn't have multiple whistles? We only had nothing.
Not to mention,
I didn't hear a damn thing.
Not to mention, Dr. Oos is getting choked like he's getting choked by Andre the Giant.
Who is?
Dr. Oos. Come on, play it again. Just
there was
watch.
a hand to the face or to the head.
Watch.
Scooter Hamilton.
Right
Hamilton.
Yeah, that's
will find his
Andre
way
the Giant
out and
choking
blast
Dr.
himself
Oos.
to the 35. That play's whistled.
Oh, no,
dead.
like Oos said, he kind of small.
Where the contact happens to see what Will's talking about.
That's a huge play.
The result of the play means nothing.
Yeah, what are you trying to do? Man, look,
He's moving too fast.
Will, if you saying that Scooter initiated that contact, then you're telling me that Scooter's belly was the one that jumped out and hit the dude.
So you're saying his belly jumped off sides?
No, I'm saying that his belly jumped out and hit the dude, because he's saying he initiated the contact. I didn't see that. I saw homeboy leave his feet to hit him.
Might be getting to Tampa just a little too
Yeah, there's a hands to the throat, and then here's the leaving the feet. Boom.
That's Scooter initiating contact.
Yeah, Scooter initiated that
He
for
went
sure.
upright, got hit in the
Yes,
belly.
yes,
absolutely.
that was definitely him. That was his belly initiating contact.
Will, you even have the advent of replay and you got it wrong.
Dude, that's hey, that's not just Will, man.
I'm talking about in the chat.
That's Mr. Flight.
Will decided to say it in the chat though.
Yeah, I know, but that's Mr. Flight. He likes to fly backwards.
As Ice Cube would say, he put it on wax.
With no Vaseline.
Ooh, no, that was that was Ice Cube.
Yes, that was.
Well, shut up now.
DJ Quick too.
I love me some DJ Quick.
Factual. Very factual.
Tonight.
Hey, that's a good one.
That's the best
jam,
one.
man.
My favorite beat is still Trouble, by the way, but that's just my favorite DJ Quick song. But you know,
All right, so is there another one coming, or do you want me to jump in with this refs thing?
Express yourself.
no, that's the only two videos.
We're saying express
So you didn't get the
yourself.
number 4 with the illegal forward pass? It didn't get called an illegal forward pass?
Ooh,
illegal forward
I don't think
pass.
we pulled that clip.
Yeah, it was the number 4 clip on the Jaffo's one top.
Oh,
5
Derek's
plays
been
in
heavy on
championship.
this.
He's been talking
He is not cool with this
forever.
one.
And it's Insomniac's fault for not challenging it, but it is what it is. But so as far as the refs are concerned, there was. I'm not saying the ref officiating the game. It is what it is. I think the game was called very fair. There were things missed. There were things called that were wrong, but it was equal on both sides, in my opinion. So I'm good with that. But there's one thing that came out in conversation that is not a rule, that you can lower your shoulder if it's within 3 yards of the sideline.
Yeah, you don't have to wrap up.
Yeah, that is not a rule. That is some bullshit somebody made up to justify why they didn't call it in the middle of a game. You are allowed to push a man out and not wrap if you're pushing him out of bounds is the spirit of the rule the way it's written. There's nothing with yardage or not wrapping and that involves yardage anywhere in the rule book. And you're required to push him out of bounds. So when Bagway dove at a dude's knee from the sideline to stop him from going out of bounds, that is the opposite from pushing him out of bounds.
So that's
Yeah.
So more questions.
Things that make you go,
Man. And then the big Henderson hit, around the 3-yard line from the sideline, pushing him back inbounds as well. That is not the spirit of the rule. So that will be changed going into the season. We will get that clarified.
Nice.
Well, that's why you have a competition and rules committee.
Yep. Man, clarification is very, very important.
But for them to be screaming that in the middle of the game, for it to just be a complete, man, somebody's got to take some ownership over that one. We admit when we're wrong.
Yes, especially getting names wrong. We apologize again.
All
right, get out of the chat and do a podcast.
I'm reading comments. Good
I know.
grief.
Let Doug do that. He's the producer. You need to host the show.
You mean let Nick do that?
I mean, don't do both. Let Blaze do that. Blaze, stop giving me weed before the show.
Well, you did ask what kind. So are we going to put a number back up on here so people can call in again? We doing that?
We have to do it before the show for that to happen.
Okay.
When do we have one?
Like the first and second podcast?
No, that was when we were on Biggie and Friends. We didn't have ours.
Oh, we didn't have it?
No,
I disagree.
Shout out to Biggie. And please watch his show.
Right after ours. Oh,
shout out to Biggie because I see him work about every other week right now. He's on a project that I'm on.
Oh, yeah?
Like you running into him at the spot.
Yeah.
He always surprises me. Like, what's up, D?
Man, I fucking love Biggie.
Yeah, kind of like today.
Actually, his show
being over at Lolo's today.
Lolo's
running into a couple of running into an Insomniac and also
you don't say.
Yeah, they're throughout Vegas, man.
They are.
So of course he's working, and I'm like, "What's up, champ?" Because Mr. Pilfer is one of my favorite players. So it was good to see him. It's always good to see them around town. What's great is I've got one of them that is the dean at my daughter's school.
Well,
that's a nice little plug.
Right? And that's also one of those things where I'm like, hey, you know who to watch out for. I'm not saying nothing, but she's sitting in the seat next to me.
Oh, she's pretty much grounded.
No,
Yeah,
she's on 24-hour watch for
yes,
sure.
24 for sure. For sure.
So, Derek, please tell us about the guest that you have sitting next to you, sir.
I think you said, tell me about the guest. I don't have cans on.
Yes, the guest.
Okay.
The guest.
So,
the guest, the gentleman. Man. Brother with the braids.
Not Anthony Davis.
So, he does have the shirt on. I don't know if you can see it. So this is Clocked In, Not Clocked Out Media. Tarrell DeLoach, our reality TV captain. What is your actual title for the company?
So I'm the owner.
Oh, pull your microphone for me.
Owner, my fault.
He likes leaning forward.
Man, come on, give
He
me
likes
some
leaning
etiquette,
forward,
bro.
man.
Teach me, man.
So we
Hit
found
him in
each
the teeth
other
with
at
it.
a NFL alumni event that happened just before the Insomniacs versus Sickwood Vegas championship game or Southwest championship game. We started chopping it up. He told me what he did. And I'm like, man, I've been looking for somebody to shoot a reality show for Vegas. And we just said go. So it took us about 3 days of back and forth. Can we do this? This is what we need. Here's the payment. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
And he's been rolling with us every step of the way. Was out in Bullhead, was out in Ohio, was at the championship game, and now we're doing some interviews in another coming week or so. And looks like we're going to be able to do about I'm not going to put him on the spot, but about a 12-plus episode reality TV show around the Insomniacs Road to the Championship.
Nice.
Real Sin City, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
He likes to throw out that moniker.
Yeah, man, come on. Real Sin City.
Hey,
Cincinnati better change your damn name.
That in their name is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it's been there before they started playing this brand of football. That Sin City is a name that Cincinnati calls itself quietly, obviously.
Yeah, maybe they need to be just a little bit more quiet. Just saying. Just saying. Skylar, love you, brother,
they
but
gotta win outside of Ohio.
Exactly. I love you, brother, but you need to change that name.
The city of Cincinnati wins outside of Ohio. The A7FL franchises there have not, but the city does win outside. So,
I'm referencing A7.
Yeah. So I went a little hard on that, realizing I've been thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? Cincinnati probably is proudly referred to as Sin City by people who live there, whether it has anything to do with A7FL or not. But I still want
we're talking A7.
Right. But as far as A7FL is concerned, Give me
They
my
have
shit
it on their
back.
Oh, there you go. See, calling number right there.
We have a flashing number. Oh, Lord.
Right there.
Shit, here we go.
Quan,
Oh,
you my
boy.
boy, man.
702.
I would like to
Somebody
say
call in
something
and
else,
talk
but
dirty
we
to
are
me.
on the radio, and I mean we are on Facebook, and I don't want to say it. So
Ooh.
It's not pizza again, is it?
no,
Okay.
it's not spitting in butts either. We're good.
I wasn't going to even ask.
You were going
No,
there.
I
Don't
was
even.
not.
No, yes, you
No,
were.
I was
Yes,
not.
you. Dub, come on, man.
No.
Come on.
That's
You know,
not
we all
me.
know the truth. We all know.
No, it's because of my skin, isn't it?
No, it's because you're Charlie Batched us. We love you, man.
Derek, do you remember that story?
I couldn't hear you.
Charlie Batch, man. Come on.
Absolutely.
All right.
How could I
Come
forget?
on, man.
It's one of my favorite Lions quarterbacks.
Right?
Sitting here in the 3 spot.
Right. Or the 2 spot, depending on
Well,
how you're
yeah, I
going.
mean, if we're playing baseball, he's on the corner or 2 spot.
There you go.
I was more in
playing
the
second,
outfield,
not
not the
short.
infield. I was an outfielder. I could actually catch the ball and actually could run.
I'm sorry. Did you say infield?
Shots fired.
No, outfield.
Oh, okay.
I was an outfielder.
Oh no,
Shots
sorry.
fired.
That's Scotty's thing. Infield.
No, he likes
Like
to
I
catch.
round all the bases.
Do you slide in head first when you're stealing a bag?
When it comes to the bag, there's not much I won't do.
Okay.
That's a loaded question.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
From
a loaded
my
question.
end, it was not. It was strictly a
That
baseball
was
question.
a loaded question.
Maybe that. Well, that's your interpretation.
I'm
You're
just-
entitled to that.
okay.
I understand.
All right. Bring us back.
Okay,
Let's
but-
go.
So, how did you get into the world of production and get into the world of reality TV?
You talking to me?
Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tarrell DeLoach. You said Clocked In, Not Out Media or something earlier.
Isn't that what it is?
Nah, so we got 2 different productions. So we got the Clocked In TV and we got the CNO Productions. So CNO Productions are more so like our day-to-day stuff, but then the sports side, that's where the Clocked In TV cooks in, where it's all sports-related content from documentaries, interviews, highlights, photography, the whole 9. The media side.
All right.
Yep.
I just see the invoice.
Hey, I'm very thankful, appreciative
Check
too, man. I
payable,
appreciate you. And shoot, like he said, man, we just met, kind of real brief. It was like a good 10-minute conversation at an event. I wasn't gonna even attend to. So
Did I talk to Josh first, or did I talk to you
you
first?
talked to Josh, my boy.
Right.
Josh was texting me like, "Yo, pull up." My guy Jeffrey too was saying pull up, but I was already in the middle of something. So when I finally got there, I just was like, "Man, all right, I'm done." What I was doing already, I just ran over there, sweating and everything was hot.
Yeah, let me just say,
It's 1,000
so
degrees.
we got in this conversation and started talking sports, and Josh is a basketball standout.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you know, when you get guys who are shooting sports and doing documentaries around sports that are actual athletes, it changes the perspective because they know what they want to see, they know what they want to look like when they're shooting, and when you see the field level shots that these guys put together, man, it is some of the best sports reality show camera work I've seen. It's on Hard Knocks level and probably even a little better because it's gritty and raw. And we allow them to actually get on the field and do some things that you can't do in a Hard Knocks game. So I'm pretty excited about when this whole thing comes together and the amount of money we're going to make off of this damn thing. Because that's how we're getting us paid.
Yeah, for sure. I'm all in. The whole team. We all in. But for the most part, man, when we met, shoot, I don't know nothing about football, honestly. I'm not a football guy. So when y'all coming around talking football stats and all this stuff, I'm like, man, was it tight or not? That's where I'm at. Right. You feel me? Was it exciting?
Get to the
Hit
point.
'em what? You feel me? So
Tight. That's a whole nother story.
So for me
Gotta
to
go
film
down.
something
That's
like
a whole
this,
nother
right?
story. Just saying. Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
And then like, so for us to be filming something like this, it's like, we just as excited. That's why the footage looked the way it looked, because we excited because I'm watching it. My boys is watching it. We like, oh, bro just got slammed. Like, oh shit. So all of that stuff for us is like, it's exciting. It get us out our seats. It keep us on our toes too. But we know the foundation of how to shoot reality or just production side. But then we get to see the sports side too. Like, yeah, you get to see their journey, their storytelling. Shoot, not just on the game, just who they are in people.
Can I ask you a question with that?
Yeah.
I really like the fact that you said you're not a football guy.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
My curiosity, coming from somebody who's not a football guy, what was your first thoughts of the A7?
So when he was explaining it to me at an event, everybody talk about they shit. Like, I mean, they stuff like it's cool. You feel me? Like, yeah, you gonna want to be a part of something. We wasn't expecting to see all of this when we got to the field that day. We showed up early, and y'all was setting up and everything, and we like, oh, this is a real thing. Then we start seeing the players, they pulling up in chains, cool cars, you feel me? They ready. I'm like, oh, they serious. And these is grown men. So I'm like, all right, what's in stores? And then the game started going, everything. They was active. I didn't know if some of the plays was legal or not, but hey, it was exciting. The footage.
The refs don't know.
What you saw in the parking lot was illegal. I promise you that.
Man, the refs don't know.
What? Man, I seen all type of stuff. I seen stuff. It was like, you know how you got the guys that used to be in high school talk about football in the barbershop all day, everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
You finally get to see that head up on the field right then and there. So it was like Pop Warner, but for grown men. But it was also, like you said, like the UFC of football and everything. I'm like, yo, they ain't got no pads on, bro. Just caught a concussion and got right back up, and it was like, yeah, what's popping? I'm ready for the next play.
RTC, yeah.
Like,
He
bro,
did
what? That woke me up. I was like, bro.
Bloody facing Wilkerson was like, can I go back in? And they wouldn't let him go back in.
Right. Then, in Ohio, bro, bust his he bust his mouth.
Right.
You feel me? And then he got right the next play, but I followed him from the play to the sideline. The trainer get him, whoop-de-whoop. I put the mic in his hand. He walks right back to the field. I got all that. Y'all ain't see it yet, but stay tuned, tune in. But that type of footage is like, you know what I'm saying? It excites me. So I'm like, yeah, I know I would pay for this. If I wouldn't pay for it, I wouldn't put record. I wouldn't, you know what I mean?
That's beautiful. So what I'm getting from this, and we haven't had a chance to really talk about the shooting style and all that, just like, hey, I like this, switch this up, do this part in chronological order so we can make sure we can tell the story of the game properly. And so that's the kind of conversations we've had. What we haven't had is what you asked, Chris, and thank you for asking. What was your perspective? Now that I know that you're coming into this the same way most of our fans have come into this, and we're going to record your journey as a videographer, seeing it for the first time and what you shot, and seeing it for the second time, and as you start to understand the intricacies of the sport, how you shoot it, we're going to get to see that evolution as well. So that's going to be fun.
Oh, man. And it's already dope from, like, the foundation is already dope. So imagine once I start getting into it and knowing things, like the details, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't put that play in there because that probably ain't a good play. But I thought it was cool from a fan or just a random person, like, oh, that's tight. But now I know, like, professional stuff, like, oh, this is a better play to put in there, or this clip, or take this out and take that, you know?
Right.
So it kind of helped me with the putting it together.
So the plan is to tell the story like Hard Knocks, actually get the game, talk about, set up the game, the importance of it, get in the game, tell the story of the game, what's happening in the game. Don't show the score at the bottom of the screen the whole time to put some intrigue in for people who don't understand what the outcome is already. And then from there, tell that story of the game, set things up right, and surprise people with the ending. And, clearly anyone who's listening now knows the Insomniacs won, but we don't know when we put this out which fans are going to be coming to us for the very first time, just looking for a football show like I do when I'm scrolling through Netflix or Amazon or whatever.
You know what? There's something else, though, too. When he talked about putting in a play that you saw that you thought was cool.
Yeah.
From a fan standpoint, I would encourage that.
Yeah.
Not tell you not to do it, because realistically speaking, fans are watching what's going on. And when they see it from another fan's perspective, you might wind up with people that are watching that because of your perspective.
Right.
And, realistically, we're all fans. If you're standing on the sidelines, you're a fan. And, I played this game for a very long time. I joke about my age and how long I played, but in reality, it's one of those things where I went from being a fan to being a player to being a fan again. And watching the A7 as close as I have been able to over the last 3 seasons now. Well, 2 and then
2
fall brawl. So watching that from the sidelines, you see a different perspective and you become a fan again. And you're watching these guys up close. You're hearing the hits without pads. You're hearing what's going on. And I'm with Viking. And, if we have something that can hear those hits without pads, you're going to see a lot more people coming in to watch it because they're getting what they're looking for.
Absolutely.
And that is that gladiator type sport where these guys, no pads, no helmets, and you're still getting that pop. Let's talk. So that's what I'm saying. Don't shy away from those plays where you like them, because I guarantee you, if you like them, there's going to be other fans that are kind of football fans, but they see those plays and they're like, oh, that's it right there.
Okay.
That's it right there. I like that.
I agree with that.
Nah, definitely.
Because a bad play can have great blocking.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like in some of the blocks are some of the best parts of football. Like people get lit the fuck up on these blocks.
If you see Wes dance, go back and make sure you got focused on what he did.
Yes.
Like I feel like I know the players now. Like
right.
I didn't have no roster sheet, so when I came in, I was blind. The whole team, we blind. We literally just pulling up. We negotiated. It was real brief. Boom, boom, boom. Set it up. He sent me an address. That was everything. I get there, and now I know these dudes' names, they number. I feel like I know their families. Oh, man, we're brothers now. We gang.
Right.
Like, for real, for real. So the journey with them and just seeing them on, not just in Vegas, they some superstars, for real.
For real. If they weren't before, we're going to turn them into them now.
They're right there. I mean, watching those kids after the championship game come up to the players and ask them for their autographs, for their jerseys. I mean, it was incredible. And shout out to Danya. He's watching right now. Hey, good to meet your mom today, man. And no slight, man. She's a very nice lady.
You want them to respond back?
No, man.
She was nice.
She's just a sweet individual. She came up to us after we got done eating. She waited until we're done. We're walking out, and she said, "I know both of you." And both me and Derek kind of looked at each other like, "Uh-oh." You guilty. I'm not the one, man. You guilty. I'm not the one. I ain't trying to be. and she was in the audience, man. She was there for the championship game, and she was like, "Yeah, man, I lost my voice for a day." And I'm like, "Well, you're one of the people I definitely heard yelling because, man, that place was rocking."
I'm gonna add to it. If your cameraman voice don't go, he ain't passionate about the work. Real spill, because I was drenched, man, lost my voice. We were stranded too on the way to. Remember, I told you do not get a Tesla on a road trip.
No.
Wait a second. Wait.
Yes, I remember this story.
Unless you're bringing
the sponsor.
Wait. Can we
give you one?
Can you get a generator?
Tell the story.
Right.
Yes.
Enlighten me, please.
So we rented this. You know, day-to-day folks you don't want to bring your car on a road trip.
Right.
You feel me? So I rented a car off the app. Turo.
Okay.
Right?
Turo. Yeah.
I love everybody on Turo. Y'all have my back. So I love everybody on Turo. But the client that has the vehicle, he said it was 100% charged, which it was 100% charged when we got the car. But 30 minutes in the ride, you're already from Vegas to 30, 45 minutes, you kind of where that casino is, where it's kind of by itself or whatever. I don't know where it's at.
Railroad pass.
Yeah, over there, right? All the station, we needed to charge up. Again, we ain't been nowhere. From picking the car up to that casino just to grab some snacks real quick, we already got to charge up, and we had like 30%.
Yeah, I don't think that was Tesla. Something's wrong with that car.
It was the car. It's all right. It was the battery. But then we looked on Google and everything. Everyone's talking about who owns Tesla. Like the internet refs know.
Enough said.
Right?
Are they better than
You know what I'm
ours?
saying? So that was it. And then so the next charging station is in Bullhead. So we got to charge up. We waited like an hour or whatever, charged up. Made it to where the casinos was. The car stopped.
Wow.
And you can't push them down.
That's man. So
can't you?
I had to flag a taxi. There was no Ubers or Lyfts.
Yeah, you
out
can't
there.
push them.
You can't do nothing.
No, the wheels lock up.
Everything.
With no battery,
No nothing.
you ain't pushing them.
You stuck.
Yep.
Sorry.
And we had like 3 or 4 cars down there that were shuttling people back and forth. I don't know if you told me, but we were.
When I got to the
we
gate,
couldn't even got you.
no, I was scared. Look, I'm not gonna cap. I was scared to call you and be like, "Hey, man, listen, it's almost 4 o'clock. Like, I'm on the way. I left at 10 a.m.
Right.
There's no way we should be 4 o'clock coming. We literally got there 3:53.
Ready to go.
The taxi dude, we had to damn near jump a taxi dude to take us, and he got fired right after he took us. We got his number, so we knew he got fired.
Wow.
Damn.
Man, there was a whole. Thank God we got the amazing footage.
In the future, call me because I don't get upset about stuff like that. We just get it fixed.
Yep. Jump into it.
I'm just really big on holding my word accountable. You feel me? Like
Right.
I'm really big on that. So if I say I'm gonna be somewhere, I'm gonna be somewhere.
For real.
My brand is called Clocked In, so everything with a clock clearly
But for
but I got you though. I'm gonna use my resources.
Absolutely.
That's something I'm learning as I get older. You feel me? Use your resources because they there for you. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they trust you to use them properly. So
like the way I do things, I try to keep open and transparent with everything I got going on. So if there's any holes, my crew can tell me that there's a hole and we can fix it together. So even when I fall down, I'm like, hey, I screwed this up. I just sent Blaze the thing today. Hey, I need this done tomorrow, and it's a rush, not because they wanted a rush, because I dropped the ball and I need it tomorrow. Can you help me out? Right? I mean, being transparent helps.
No,
all
for
right.
sure.
One last thing. So when this all comes out, where can we watch and what platform will we be able to watch this on?
Start downloading the Tubi app if you don't already have it now. So Tubi, the number 5 app in entertainment on iPhone and in multiple other places, will be carrying 5 games from the A7FL Nevada 2022 season that should be up by mid-September. And then once this series is up and we load it, it will debut probably 30 days after we upload it. But start getting your Tubi download now so you can watch those A7 games and start promoting them, because the more visibility we have on those games, the more opportunity we have to make money. So I'm just going to throw this little stat out there. When these dudes came to us and put this thing together, there is a feature-length film that was an hour and 30 minutes long. It was like a B movie, and they had, I think, 9 commercials they were able to air in an hour and 30 minutes, and that feature film was bringing in $150K a quarter. We're putting up a 3-hour game, 5 of them. So if we had the same amount of viewership, we'll have like $3 million coming in. I don't expect that. I expect more like 300,000, but that would be a game changer for us if we were able to pull that off. But we need to promote it. We need everybody on it, making sure everybody's looking. And if we're as good as we think we are, we're going to get paid.
So when can we expect this finished product to debut? What's the time frame?
We got the rough draft already done, but now we just got to knock in the interviews coming up in the next couple of weeks. And then after that, she'll give me like 14 days, and she'll be ready. First episode, then we already got the second and third one already put together. We just got to insert the interview, so that's really what we're waiting on.
So based on that timeline, that would be September 15th-ish?
Mm-hmm. When a Leo says something, he's going to get it done. That's right. It's our birthday's coming up
Leo
this
Power.
weekend.
So one more time, just let the viewers know who you are and what you're about.
Everybody, I'm Tarrell DeLoach. Everybody know me as Cino. That's CINO. That stands for Clock In, Not Out. Check out the website, clockedintv.com, Cino Productions, LV.com. Reach out if you need anything production-wise, not just in sports, anything. The squad got you.
Well, sir, thank you for coming in and dropping us your thoughts on wanting to film this brand that is the A7FL. Thank you very much for coming in, sir. Appreciate
it.
Shout out to the players who are listening or who might listen to this. If you want to get on the reality show,
you better show up on the 27th at the interview. Hit text Nick Blaze right now. Right now.
Or Facebook message him if you don't have his information, or drop it in the players
group.
You
don't got the number, you shouldn't be interviewed. I'm just playing.
Shots fired.
Hey, Nick, is that NICK? Oh, sorry, I'm probably not.
Nick's Pizza.
Sorry.
Pizza does sound good.
But no, all the players, man, we would love to interview you if you really got something to say, man, to add to the reality show, man. I really appreciate y'all if y'all show up on the 27th. And if we can't get you in on the 27th, let's schedule something down the line, too, for other episodes. You feel me?
Well, the gauntlet has been thrown down. It's up to you if you want to take it or not. Mr. DeLoach, thank you, sir. Appreciate you again.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
So, do you want to become an owner? Do you want to win a championship like Derek Duncan? If you do, go to a7fl.com, and there's a nice picture talking about, do you want to be an owner with Derek Duncan holding the trophy? Click on that, and it will give you all the information you need if you want to become an owner of this trending, growing brand that is the American Sevens Football League, which is now tackling in Indianapolis starting next season in 2024. So, if you want to be your own version of Al Davis or Jerry Jones or whatever owner you are inspired by, go to a7fl.com. Again, there's a nice picture of Derek Duncan on the website holding the trophy talking about, do you want to be an owner? Click here. Click there.
Spend your $75,000 and come get your ass whooped.
He has thrown down the gauntlet yet again.
Damn. Not like we talking about, you know.
Well, there's YouTubers out there.
Not like we're talking about chaos or nothing like that.
Man, look, they ain't no more coaches gonna help y'all. That's crazy, man. Never mind. I'm gonna be nice. I'm from Michigan, bro. I don't really like Ohio anyway. I'm gonna try and be nice. Ain't no coaches gonna help y'all. Y'all need to go out to them farms and pick up some of them corn-fed boys. Y'all need, man, get somebody that can hit, because what y'all had ain't happening. It's not gonna work.
Boy, you speak like you a true Wolverine, oh boy.
Man, look.
You on Game of Thrones?
Hey, look, man. If they go decide to reshoot any of that out here in Vegas, I'm in it.
Oh, everything.
Well,
which one of you shit in my pants? Anyway.
Oh, good grief.
That sounds like something I would say waking up on a Thursday. Who's shitting my pants?
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well,
are we going out tonight?
Hey, don't leave me hanging. Come on, man. Thank you.
Shout out to Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern Show.
And rest in peace, Beetlejuice.
Yeah, right.
Anyhow, so one of our biggest supporters of this league was former head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, Mike Tice, who was a very, very huge help during the National Combine and also talked to both teams and flipped the coin, was also in the broadcast booth. And he video bombed Scotty and me when we were trying to do a sideline report, and that's a very, very tall man. But, however,
Backstop.
There is some footage of Mike Tice. Like I said, that's a very, very tall man right there.
I'm about to find out. I'm about to find out.
You ran out of tape.
Did you shrink? 83.
But a special thanks to the head coach for, first off, giving us his time and to help put this combine, or help assist with helping this combine come together that happened in July, and also just putting his stamp of support and approval for this league. He was highly excited, and to tell a story, he was going to leave the game when the Insomniacs were down 12, and then the Insomniacs did what they did and told his wife, "Go get me a beer, we're staying." But we appreciate Mike Tice just coming down and honoring his word and just being a huge supporter of this league.
Well, let me jump in with that since we're talking about the combine.
Okay.
Let me just say that Luis Ojeda and the professionalism and the preparedness and everything that he did to pull that event off was just special. And we had everything we needed except for the 40 timer that I did not have properly, and he had every fix for that, the way combines are run everywhere else. He's like, no, you're good. We had a backup for it just in case something happened. The dude was phenomenal. And Mike Tice involved, giving these guys pointers and tips like, look, you did great at this combine, but if you work on A, B, and C, next time we do one of these, you got something. And shout out again to both of them for making calls to their friends and saying, hey, dude, there was some dudes out here. So now we got two guys from that combine who have been, one's been contacted by the NFL, the one's being contacted by the USFL, that were involved that weekend. So for those of you, for those haters who were on Facebook saying that the combine wasn't going to be what we said it was and that we wouldn't have any NFL tie-ins, yeah, you're right. We're not allowed to have NFL scouts now, but we had NFL people there that are not scouts that actually have a better contact than scouts. So that's what's up. Great job by everybody who was involved. And Blaze, thanks again for shooting all the footage you did.
Man, that whole weekend was crazy.
Yes, it was.
A lot of fun.
The mic, Derek Duncan, if you will. Anyhow.
Quan might get mad at you, though. Don't drop it.
Or he might just get another pizza and just rub it in your face again.
Well, if he's got pineapple on it, I'll be upset.
I know you will be.
Yeah.
Anyhow, there
Just
is
saying, Quan. Love you, brother.
Anyhow, there is a fall season coming up in my birth month of December, and there will be some new teams for the fall with some very interesting names that I'm trying to get the list and go through. So, the returning nominees for the fall, we have, of course, the Gold, the Hunters, the Pit Bosses, who won the fall ball last season, if I'm correct. If I'm wrong, please correct
Fall
me.
brawl last season, you are correct.
Okay. Scott, stop it. And
He's still bitter.
I know he is. OTT. Joining the fray in the fall this year, we have the Alienators, the Alliance, the Sin City Govs, Sick With It, and the Mayhem Elite.
And let me just say something.
Go ahead.
Josh, you're wrong. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. Quit texting me that crap. Anyway, go ahead. Just saying.
I agree. I'm going to validate that.
Thank you.
And isn't the Mayhem team, aren't they out of Arizona?
Yes.
That's
Elijah Goodlow's
That's what
squad.
I thought. Yep.
You're going to be driving up every week?
Oh, there's a guy. I met a guy named Nick. I can't remember his last name. I got you on Facebook. So if you're watching, get a hold of Elijah Goodlow.
Goodlow.
Goodlow. Get a hold of Elijah Goodlow, and he's got a team down in Arizona because he was talking about how can he jump on a squad up in Vegas from down in Arizona. So now that you got a squad down there.
Kelly says we didn't say the Sin City Outlaws.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Outlaws.
Yes, and the Outlaws. Sorry,
Yes.
Mama Kelly. Don't go Darth Vader on me. I'm sorry. I love you. By the way, hope you get better.
Hey, Derek, doesn't the Outlaws bring back some memories?
He hate me?
No, we had a squad.
We had a squad called the Outlaws.
Yeah, and then when they brought the Outlaws to Vegas with He Hate Me, we loved that. And Josh has wins the comment of the day. He probably broke the internet with this for me, but he says, Viking, as much shit have you said, you draw the line at pineapple on pizza.
That's a good point.
Pineapple on pizza. So
He draws a line somewhere. At least he's got a line.
Line still.
At least he's got a
he
line.
has plenty of lines. That's why he's the Viking.
Well, lines are usually what ends up getting me in trouble.
Booty scoops, but he draws a line.
Yeah,
Pineapple on pizza.
Said that yet.
No, I keep this line because any other type of line usually gets me in trouble.
Okay. Well, I know. Well, there's somebody else that's listening. Will, the one thing he hasn't mentioned today, and that is Scotty is butt naked booty scoots, and you were asking about those. Don't worry, bro. Next time you're in town, we'll hook you up.
All we need is one spades game. Somebody's gonna lose to me and have to do some butt naked booty scoots.
Right. Speaking of spades, remember that time you guys came over to my house?
That was Domino's.
Oh, sorry.
That was Domino's. Come on, man.
Come on,
Come on, man.
I just observed the spades game. I didn't play, but Domino's, yes, I was on the table when you kicked everybody's ass. Yes, you did.
Yeah, next time when you want to play real Domino's, let me know.
Right. Like I said, thank you guys for letting me win.
What is real Domino's, Chris Vera?
You know, when you stack them up and knock them over.
Like Jenga?
Man, somebody younger than me would say that.
Oh, okay. Now you're giving your age.
Like anyone in the studio has a choice.
Yeah.
So, Derek,
but I'm still not farting dust. Anyway.
Oh, God. So, given that there's going to be 12 teams during the fall, how are the games going to be divided?
All right, so
6 and 6.
If there's at least 12 teams, because we have 11 that are currently listed, but there could be 2 or 3 more that join. There's other people that have been talking to me. There's at least 5 people from different divisions who are talking about flying in or driving up each week to join other teams. So those conversations are happening right now as well. But provided there's at least 12 teams, we're going to break them down to hour-and-a-half games, total time run. So it'll be a total of 6 games. That'll be 9 hours of football. So we'll probably start at 10 in the morning and finish around 7, which was a shorter day than we had this spring. But we're setting that up so we can go up to at least 16 teams if we want to still keep it into a 12-hour day. But running clock, we're not going to – the timeouts will be 30 seconds. We're going to run it like A7 but make it go faster. And, of course, we're going to have commercial breaks because we are going to be on Fox for the majority of those games. On Fox Channel 5.2, let me be clear, not Fox 5. Fox Channel 5.2 and YouTube. So we'll be taking our commercial breaks because we need to try to make that money.
Are we going to be doing 125 as well?
Cox 125.
Cox 125.
Yes, so that is the same channel. Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
Well, you just said 5.2. I want to make sure we got it out there.
Yeah, the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network airs on Fox 5.2 on broadcast television and Cox 125 locally.
Thank you.
And they might have streaming by the time the fall comes around. So if they do, we'll make that announcement as well.
Lovely.
But we'll be on our YouTube channels, and I don't know if we're going to be able to negotiate to be on DAZN, but I'm going to talk to the league to see if they want that.
So right now in the chat, we have a back and forth between Steve and Will Franklin. Now, Steve wants a rematch against Will in the 40. And he says, this time we both get prepped and not right after eating/drinking. And Will responds, talking about that was you being irresponsible. You knew it was going to be on. And now Steve and Will are going back and forth. So
I think they should both have to down a 40 and then run the 40.
There you go.
You know what? You know what? So
like
Will
that.
gave me 9 months to train, and he said, I want to run against you in the 40. I said, okay. So you know what? I'm in. I'll drink that 40 and run that 40.
what type of 40?
Oldie.
Of course.
St. Ides. No, St. Ides.
St. Ides? Okay.
King Cobra.
Old E is so much better.
Ooh, King Cobra.
King Cobra.
Damn.
That's a
Old E is
throwback.
so much
Shout out to
better.
my
Look, I'll do OE.
I'll do my old
I'll do
E.
St. Ides.
I'll
I ain't
do
doing
old
no
E.
damn King
Look,
Cobra.
Nick's trying
Let's
to kill
do it.
y'all. He said Cisco. A 40 of Cisco?
Man.
Like, the sugar and
Nasty.
the syrup. The sugar and the alcohol will kill you.
Dude,
Get your
why don't we
nasty
just
ass
do?
outta
Why don't
here.
we just do a 40 at Boone's
Mama
Farm and
Kelly
call it?
agrees with you. She says,
Man.
nice.
Jeez.
Right?
Just do a 40 at Boone's Farm. We'll call it. We're
Boone's
good.
Farm Strawberry.
Just have
That's
them
like
both
the-
grab a
Mad
brick.
Dog 2020.
That's like 4 glasses of wine.
That's what I was
You
about to say.
do some
Grab a
Mad Dog.
brick.
Now we talking.
Yep, just grab a brick.
Yep.
Yep.
Grab a brick,
Right.
down it, and take off.
Man, the first time I had Mad Dog, I had to chase it with a Zima. That's how old I am.
And you were the coolest
Zima
cat
was
in the
only
room.
good with
Hey,
Jolly
he was the
Ranchers
coolest
when you
cat
were
in the
like
room.
12.
And now Josh from the Outlaw Joffos, which, by the way, check out the Joffos after we're off the air. They got a
Huge shout
very
out to
special
the Joffos.
guest. I'm not going to spoil it. You just have to watch and see who the guest is. But shout out to the Joffos.
Great guys.
Yes, indeed. But now Josh just came in and said that nobody wants a part of Country K in the 40, who actually ran it barefooted along with Derek in Bullhead City. The 40-yard dash, that is.
Yeah, I want that smoke.
Well, I'll take that smoke. If I'm training for 9 months, hell yeah, I'll take that smoke.
Will just says he's in Reno right now.
Well, that's special. What you doing in
training
Reno,
at
bro?
altitude. The
Well,
altitude
hold
he
on. What's outside? What's outside of Clark County?
Nothing really.
A whole lot of dirt.
No. What can you
Losers.
pay for outside of Clark County?
Oh, prostitution.
Exactly. So what you
like
doing up in
cheating.
Reno, bro? That's all I got to say. What you doing up
Well,
in Reno?
HBO didn't make a show of that, but that's another story for another day.
I think they did make a show of that.
That's our,
They did.
That's our second HBO show promotion. We need to get some sponsorship in here.
Yeah.
Right?
right?
They can throw us.
Put us on Max right now.
Use your resources.
Hey, we wouldn't have to bleep mic'd up if we were on HBO.
Also true.
In your case, that is factual.
That'd be nice. For
You know
me.
what though? If we're mentioning St. Ides and friggin' OE, bruh, yeah, I think it's time for you to put up two.
And Will just read your mind. He just went and said it.
Mustang Ranch, baby. Wow, wow. Okay, well,
He said he got the punch card.
right.
If you ready.
He gets a free cheek.
We ain't gonna say what he gets free after five visits.
Chlamydia.
Penicillin. Hopefully it's
Derek will
penicillin.
say it.
I'm hoping it's some type of antibiotic.
Chlamydia is not a flower.
Okay. You know, I was thinking it started with
is
a B and
fragrance.
had started with a B and a J, but you know what? It's all right. Chlamydia will go there too.
Booty juice.
Butt naked booty scoots.
Oh, look. We could do them anywhere, anytime.
You know,
It's fun for
Yeah,
everybody.
you're always ready. You're always ready at the point of attack. Well, as we come to the end of this wacky 47th John Lynch hard-hitting edition, it's time for our final thoughts. And this week, Mr. Cox gets to lead off first.
Oh, boy. It's been a rough week for me, but I appreciate everybody that reached out to make sure I was doing okay. No, actually, I wasn't doing okay. And I think I told some people that. I think Scott has touched on this before, but I'll touch on it again. Depression, anxiety, bipolar. It's real, and it's a bitch. And this past week, it hit me hard. Really hard. Thank you, everybody that reached out to make sure I was okay, that tried to swing by and spend a little time and make sure that the headspace was right. I appreciate that. If it wasn't for that, I don't know that I would have honestly made it through. So, appreciate that. Thank you.
Glad you hear me.
glad you're back.
Glad
bro.
you're making it through, baby. You look good.
Thank you.
That's the first time I've seen you clean shaven.
That's probably why you look good.
Yeah, looking good. You all right?
That's new energy.
Did you get a new job?
Not yet. Working it.
Trying to get one. Got it. All right.
Let everything fly. Who's
Labor
up
back.
next?
One of you two.
Go ahead, Scotty.
I'm the point guard. I'm just trying to set up and give assists.
Man,
Age before beauty.
I'm just really excited about where the league is going. I want to say thank you to everybody that's taking it seriously, everybody that's making it fun. Everybody, like, I see everybody. I keep catching people doing the right thing. Like people are going out working drills. People are going out. Like I keep catching people at the gym. I'm really excited for how serious Vegas is taking it. I'm very excited to see where Derek and Miss Kelly and Chris have been putting us in these spots to be able to make these moves, to be able to see each other on TV, to be able to get paid to do this, to be able to get paid for every aspect of this. And I just want to say that, like, thank you to everybody that's a part of it. Like Trey stepping up and everybody else who's been a part of the Players Association page. We're getting together and we're all taking this thing like extremely seriously. And I meant what I said last week about we're gonna set the wave on this. Like, and you can either hop on or get ran over, point blank. Period.
Oh, all right. Kind of like it. And just to make sure that everybody understands, Will, a dripping never hurt anyone? Yes, it did. So just letting you know, bro. You get a disease like that, you carry it around for the rest of your life. Anyway, like luggage. So my final thoughts is pretty easy. Last year was incredible, or last season was incredible. Moving forward to get into what we're getting ready for in the fall brawl is going to be incredible. Working with Kelly is next to none. Love both her and her mom. I love the fact of us having the time to talk and for us to kind of brainstorm on what we see and what we're going to do moving forward. So for me, seeing what we're doing and seeing where this thing is going compared to when I started is beyond incredible. I mean, it's next level. So it's like jumping from, saying, well, I'm on the first floor. Yeah, now you're on the 25th in the penthouse. Derek, I in reality, we got you to thank for that. I always told you I'd be here for you when it came to this stuff, and I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to do what we're doing. It has been a absolute blast as far as traveling to Cincinnati, watching that game, seeing the championship game, both championship games, to be honest. Last fall brawl was fantastic. Sorry, Scotty. And then this championship game in the same venue was just incredible. And I can be very honest and say I can't wait until championship game for the fall. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Boy, just imagine if we went up what we just did in the spring with our fall brawl.
That's gonna be that's a hard fucking thing to do. Ooh. That game was crazy.
Off the chain.
Well, before I chip in, let me just say this. If you need a job, and this is strictly for the players, it's been said and put out there many times, but why not do the platform and encourage? So if you need a job, if you have an ID that's valid, and your birth certificate, and your social, Ms. Janelle is setting up to get jobs for you at LaborMax. So if you're interested, please go apply. The address is 5870 South Decatur Boulevard, Suite 105. The zip code is 89118. If you have all three of those things that I just mentioned, ID, social, birth certificate, you will be hired. If you need a job, please. This is an outlet for you to get an income because we know you got families and bills never stop. So with that, go apply. Now, for my final thought. Needless to say, my job as a host is try to set up these guys to talk football, but also at the same time, give people their flowers while they still live. Because one thing I've learned in life is when you learn to celebrate others, you also get rewarded. There's no timetable for it, but the blessings will come. So it never hurts to encourage somebody. It never hurts to lift somebody up. It never hurts to be a friend. Just a simple, hey, I'm checking on you. You good? That goes a long way sometimes. And sometimes we miss sight of that. When I came here in March, I was a stranger. But now as Chris says all the time, football's a community, football's a brotherhood. And while, yes, I don't play the game, yes, I'm a fan of the game, and yes, I cover it from a media standpoint, but nonetheless, these gentlemen that are in this room embraced me and treated me like one of their own and accepted me for who I am, and for that, I love each and every one of them for that. And I'm just grateful to be a part of this league and grateful to be a part of this team. And, sometimes we don't say thank you enough, and sometimes we don't appreciate one another enough. So for Casey to say what he said, takes a lot of guts to do that. To Scott even mentioning that outlet a few weeks ago, it takes courage to do that, because a lot of times we were taught not to express our feelings and say how we feel. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, because you never know what you say might help save somebody else's life, even if they never tell you, even if you never see them, even if you never know who they are. Just know and understand that they look to you as a pillar of strength, whether you know it or not. So just keep that in mind. But the main thing is, always learn to celebrate somebody else, because when you celebrate, in turn, you will get your just due reward. Now, it's only fitting that the championship owner, Derek Duncan, takes us home.
Well, thank you for that wonderful message, and I agree. There's a saying in the self-motivation world that I follow pretty closely, and that's the PSI seminars. They say, givers gain. That when you give of yourself, you receive back in return. When you're not looking for it, it comes. And that falls right in line with what you said, Dub. So I prescribe to that. I appreciate those who do. Even those who don't, I'm here for you. This is what we do. This brotherhood is for real. This family that we've built is one of the most important things in my life. My wife calls it work. I call it the most fun I've had with my clothes on.
I'm not touching that.
And I'm eventually gonna get paid for it too, man. I got to tell you, this whole thing, this whole experience, and I told everybody when the Insomniacs were down 2 touchdowns and they were about to go down 3, even if they don't win, this whole season, this game, what we did is an absolute success. And I think on cue, Donnie Bunak reached down and handed the ball to Q and turned that game around. Donnie was my homie, just a absolute great friend. The dude was there for me anytime I needed help at the Elks Lodge. We connected on a level that most don't when it comes to community and giving back. Donnie inserted him and his entire family into my world, and we started helping each other, help people who were less fortunate than us, and he didn't have much. And that dude was there every Tuesday to give it up for everybody who needed something. And I appreciate everything he did, and I did everything I could to be there for him and his family, and he returned the favor and blessed us with a championship on the team that he coached that never got a win.
The original Insomniac, indeed.
Yeah. So all of that taken to heart, I'm so looking forward to this off season and all the building that we're doing. I'm thrilled to have Kelly Hurst in position as the regional president or the president of our company, and Chris Vera in place as the division manager for Las Vegas, and Janelle Casado and Nick Blaze Casado for heading up the Reno division and getting things going up there. Tariq Flowers is going to actually go up to Reno as well and help them out. And we are building this wonderful network that is going to turn into something beyond special for the ASM NFL and for the families that surround it. We're working now on getting insurance available. Shout out to Josh Pernetta and the Jaffos. He's also a licensed health insurance agent, so he's helping put together some platforms for us to make health insurance available for the guys for purchase for now. But if we can find a way to offset that with some of our sponsorship, that is a goal of mine. So we're trying to continue to build and do all the right things to be a positive thing for our players and their families besides the outlet.
helping them get their life in order. For the folks who need jobs, people like Labor Max, having Janelle and Blaze around, they found that outlet. We're talking to some electrical contractors. They're wanting to start looking at our guys to get them into the trades through apprenticeship. We're trying to build a network of people who are important to the city, with the city being important to them as well. And as long as we all keep focused on that as the primary goal, we're all going to win. So create win-win situations everywhere. A lot of great things coming. I want to thank Blaze and Peanut and Christina for all the hard work they're doing. Yes, they are on payroll, but they are working their tail off for us and doing things at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning like crazy folks. And it's that type of passion that makes these things successful. No one really knows what goes on behind the scenes and the things we give up to be able to give to this league. And you guys all say it shows, and if it didn't show, I wouldn't do it. So I love what we're doing, and thank you, everyone, for your help.
Special thanks to Quan, as always. Special thank to the hardest working producer in
one quick shout out.
Yes, sir.
Quick shout out to D. Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you. Birthday Saturday. For those of you.
Yes, that is 3 days from now.
And if you wanted to give
21
me a gift,
all over
please make
again.
a donation to the Donnie Boonak Player Relief Fund instead of giving me a gift.
There you go.
But can we just give you a gift if we want to anyway?
All right, well, my birthday on Sunday, I'm going to take the gift.
That would be a 100-yard butt-naked booty scoop, just so you know.
He's going to let you film him do one.
Yep.
Perfect.
Good Lord.
Just saying.
Special thanks to Quan. Special thanks to the hardest working producer, Nick Blaze. Special thanks to Mr. DeLoach for joining us in the studio, and check out his production company, and looking forward to this reality show about the A7FL. For Casey, for the Viking, for the godfather of Krypton, Kal-El Sr., I'm Hal Jordan, live from the Hall of Justice. And by the way, check out the Jaffos. They're shooting right now. Check out their episode with their special guest. You just have to watch. But with that said, we'll see you on the other side of the ball.
Deuces.
A7FL all day, all night.
Hey.